You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ghostfire Media's broadcast of the AOLL Sportsman Series. We are here at Road America. I'm Carl Henderson. I'll be covering this race for you tonight. Here at Road America, for some road course racing, 45 minutes of it. Let's take a look, see what we got here. This is a 45-minute race, but something that's done is a little bit unusual tonight, a little bit different, is a competition caution at the 15-minute mark. Once we hit 15 minutes in the race, they're going to throw a caution, give the drivers an opportunity to group back up and potentially pit. But one thing I'm going to be watching out for here tonight is trying to see who's going to be able to minimize mistakes. I don't know if that's going to get you a win, because I think you're going to have a lot of guys up in the top 10 who are going to be minimizing their mistakes. But I think you could see potentially some guys that normally wouldn't finish that well at a road course. If they can keep it clean, they're going to have a good finish tonight. So let's take a look at qualifying, which is already in progress here. Let's switch over to Johnny Downey here and take a look, see what he's doing here on track. And I have to apologize. I might be having some issues with my software here. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's try that. Take a look here. So we have Johnny Downey here out on track. Currently on his outlap here. We'll see what kind of lap time he's able to put down here. And this is a really interesting road course. It has a little bit of everything. You've got some fast sweeping corners. You've got some corners that are going to be at the end of straightaways that are going to require some heavy braking. There are passing opportunities on the track, but you're really going to have to take advantage of opportunities when you see them, because for the most part it's a pretty narrow track, especially in these vehicles that aren't terribly small themselves. So we got Johnny Downey here on his first time lap. Let's switch over, take a look at Mike Burgess here. Burgess also out on the track here. This is his first time lap. And I am actually going to bring up our track map as well. Oh, Mike has some trouble there. You're going to see stuff like that a lot here. You hit the gravel there, and the car is just going to want to keep going in a straight line. It's pretty tough to stop it once that happens. Yes, let's pull the track map here. So we have an idea of where people are running when we're focusing on them, because it's a big track. Like I said before, we're going to not have a ton of laps here, just due to 45-minute limit. Also having competition caution. You're going to have to make every opportunity count here. So let's switch over here and take a look at Joe Dinsmore. I just realized he actually sent me a message before this saying that he had a new paint scheme, um, and I didn't have the software loaded up to pull the paint scheme. So hopefully that'll still pull in. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, Joe. We'll get it next week. But we'll see if that pulls in for him. Hopefully it does. But Joe here on his first timed lap, and I'm going to switch back here to Johnny Downey. He's getting close to completing his first lap. Johnny's coming around here on the front stretch. Will be setting his first lap time. And that will, being that he is the only person who's completed a lap at this point, we'll put him to the top of the board. That's a 2-minute and 20-second lap. So currently best on the track, but we just had a whole bunch of others come in. Blake Gordon finished his, Greg Welland, Blake Zeedy. Blake Gordon with an incredible lap time there of 2:16.50. I was keeping an eye on Blake Zeedy as well, and also Sean Carmody, both doing really well in practice. So let's actually switch over here to Blake Gordon and watch him run around a little bit for his second lap. But those Endeavor guys are looking strong tonight. We've got Chris Bassini up there in second, closed circuit racing driver, one of my teammates. You know, he's consistently looked good at road courses, and look, Dan Shirley, who we know, you know, kind of part-timer in the truck series, but he's good at road courses, especially in the trucks. Back at Circuit of the Americas, he led most of the race, and then Chris Bassini was able to take it away right at the end. So Dan Shirley won the watch tonight as well. You know, a lot of guys I could potentially see winning this, but right now you have to think the favorite is Blake Gordon. He is just so good at this the road courses like this. Let's take a look at Dan Shirley here. You know, this is a guy here who is very, very clean. Usually won't make a lot of mistakes, and that's what he seems to consistently, you know, run top 5 both in the Truck Series and the Cup Series. So, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Dan Shirley here as well. Take a look here at Blake Zeedy. Currently our 6th fastest lap time, running around now for his second lap. And he is going to be coming around this final turn here to set his second lap time. And we'll stay here with him and see what he does here. And he is coming across the start-finish line right now. And that looks like it moves him up to 4th. So Blake Zeedy with his 4th fastest lap time right now. And we'll switch back to Blake Gordon here real fast, who is also coming down the front stretch for his last lap. Oh, actually coming in the pit, I'm going to guess he realized he did not have a lap time to compete, his previous one. He's going to hate me for this, but let's take a look at Randy Pepper. He really does not like road courses, and I hope he has a really good lap here and that I don't come to broadcast his curse. So see what you can do here, Randy. Currently sitting 19th on the board. So see if your second lap here will be a little bit better. Adam Wood just went off the track. I was switching to him, but let's go back to Randy and we'll hang out with him for a little bit. Nick Adams just moved in 20th. Tom Stevens on the board in 19th. And Randy Pepper here falls back to 21st, but looks like he actually went off. Actually, did not go off the track. Our camera just stopped focusing on him. He'll be coming across here across the start-finish line. Let's see if he moves up at all. And that was a faster lap for him, but unfortunately it doesn't move him up at all. So he will start the race in 21st. We have a few guys here that didn't qualify. So yeah, that'll do it for us here. I think we should be able to grid up here shortly, and we'll get racing here. And again, just a reminder. Actually, sorry, I'm sorry. We got one more person on the track still. Let's take a look at Tom Stevens here, who is on his second lap. See what he's able to do here, and see if currently in 19th, see if he can gain any positions in that 9 truck of his. Very chromed out there. See if he can move up from 19th. So as I was mentioning before, we've got this part of the track right here. You're pretty wide open. You're basically the entire way from that last turn there. You're going at wide open, and you got to get on the brakes really hard for that turn right there. If you don't, you will end up in the gravel. In the winter series that we ran, I end up in gravel a lot. And actually, looks like time ran out for Tom there. Maybe started just a little too late. So here we go. We are going to get started here, and let's take a look at our grid. Qualifying first is Blake Gordon. Second, Chris Bassini. Third is Sean Carmody. Fourth, Daniel Shirley. Fifth, Blake Ziti. Sixth is Greg Wellen. Seventh is Gary Winters. Eighth, Joe Dinsmore. Ninth, Justin Rodden. 10th, Derek Schilling. 11th is William Klingbill. 12th, Brian McFerrin. 13th, Brandon Bernhardt. 14th, Johnny Downey. 15th, Josh Laston. 16th, Ed Springer. 17th, Adam Wood. 18th, Kevin Haas. And then in 19th, we have Tom Stevens. 20th, Nick Adams. 21st is Randy Pepper. 22nd, Timothy St. Jean. 23rd is David DeParis. 24th is Ross Gage. 25th, John Gordon. 26th, Andrew Burgess, and rounding out our field in 27th is Mike Burgess. So we'll be getting started here. We'll see what these guys can do. Hopefully we'll have an exciting race here for you. I expect we will. Let's actually take a look at the blimp view here, get a good look at all the cars, or all the trucks, I should say. And actually see our infield there. We got a good crowd here tonight, hanging out in the infield. So here to see some exciting racing, see what these guys can do, and we'll get going here. And I'm gonna pull up the track map here because I do think it's very useful here, just because of how a little bit checking up there a little bit on the starts, but we get moving. I am having trouble getting our track map to show. We'll come back to that. It may not show the track map until the race starts, so we'll come back to it. Saying that we have caution out. I'm going to guess what happened there is because I thought we were about to do a pace lap. It looks like we had a standing start. That's a bit surprising, as we usually do have a rolling start here. So that may be why they threw the caution here, because there were a lot of guys surprised by the standing start, is at least what I'm going to assume. I had no idea that was about to happen. So that's the only reason I could think of potentially for them to throw in a full force caution here. So that does seem to be an admin throwing caution. I don't believe, though, the iRacing will throw one itself. So we'll do some caution laps around this place, and they'll be able to get a rolling start here. Kind of a eventful start to the race here. So hopefully be able to get started soon. It's a long ways around this track, though, so it takes us a little while here to get going. See Blake's going around trying to catch the pace car right now. And unfortunately, I am still not able to show the track map. I am not sure what happened there, so we will not have the track map here. So I apologize for that. We'll get that fixed for next week. So unfortunately, not a lot to talk about right now as we're waiting for these guys to get going. Let's talk about point standings a little bit. Truck Series has been very competitive. We have Blake Gordon sitting in first, followed by Justin Anderson and Joe Dinsmore in the points. Daniel Shirley sitting in fourth, and Brandon Bernhardt fifth. After that, I'm trying to look see if we've got any. We've got Andrew Burgess in sixth. Actually, a tie for sixth. We've got Andrew Burgess in Queenville, Timothy St. Jean in eighth, Kevin Haas in ninth, and Ed Springer rounding out the top 10. We'll let's see where we're at here on the track. Yeah, we'll keep going because they're probably going to go in a little bit longer. So, because I want to get down to the 16th because that's where we really want to talk about where, kind of the race to get into the chase starts. So in 11th we have Ross Gage, 12th is Mike Burgess, 13th is Adam Wood, 14th is Johnny Edward, who has not been around for past few races, and same for Dan Witt, who was sitting in 19th. Raced both of those guys, so here's a plea from me. Hope you guys come back because I enjoy racing with you guys. Please come back and race with us. Always had a good time racing with you. So Josh Laston in 15th, and then Stephen Dominy is in 16th. And what I was talking about there with the chase, we're going to have a points reset in, I think, 7 races. And at that point, everyone in the top 16 will be racing for a championship. Everyone outside of it, the best will be able to finish 17th. So getting into that top 16, the next few races is a really big deal. You've got guys sitting right outside of 16th, top 16 with Rick Kohler in 17th. My teammate Christopher Oliver in 18th, as I mentioned before, Dan Witt in 19th, Johnny Downey in 20th. So, a lot of guys there that I'm looking are within striking distance. That could easily work their way into the top 16 and push somebody else out. You got to look at guys like again like Josh Laston, Steve Dominy, who were right there at the edge and just barely above Rick Kohler. So. There's a chance there they could fall out there. So, those guys will be racing really hard tonight, trying to do what they can, try to get into this top 16 so they can make the chase here. So we're still coming around here. Might actually still be one more lap after this of caution because they still have to grid up. So why don't we actually take this moment to take a small commercial break and hear from one of our sponsors, Guitar Addict.
For 20 years, the Guitar Addict has been your home for used and vintage guitars in the Daytona Beach area and at GuitarAddict.com. The Guitar Addict is your home for used and vintage guitars. Whether you're looking for that collector's piece or that beginner piece, they've got you covered. With names like Fender, Gibson, Gretsch, Ibanez, Martin, Taylor, and much, much more, the Guitar Addict has all the guitars you need. And bass players, they haven't forgot about you. They've got all the top names. Amplifiers from Friedman, Victoria, Fender, Boss, and many, many more. They also have the largest selection of used pedals anywhere in the Southeast. The Guitar Addict, located at 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue, just north of Flomish in Holly Hill, Florida. Also, check us out online at GuitarAddict.com.
Right, and we are back here. Pace car just crossed the start-finish line there, and the lights are off, so we have one more lap here to do at pace speed. I do imagine they're going to go double file to start this race, but they're probably staying single file for now until they get a little closer to starting the race, because there's really no point going double file this early. It's a really easy way to get your car banged up. As I was mentioning, at the start of the race there, we not realizing it was the start of the race, we wasn't really focusing on the leader, but it does look like Blake Gordon got a pretty big jump there on the restart or on the start of the race. He may have been one of the few that was expecting the standing start. bar could just be, as we've seen before, Blake Gordon is just insanely good at starting the race. So, we're gonna have to, with kind of everybody here expecting a rolling start, being familiar with the rolling start, we're gonna have to see if any, we've got Dan Shirley sitting here in second. See if he's got anything for Blake, but right behind Blake is his teammate Blake Zeedy. So we'll see if the Pasta Man can do anything to get around his teammate Blake Gordon. Greg Wellen, honestly, really impressive debut for him. And Joe Dinsmore, you always have to consider as a threat to win any race, and he's a very, very strong driver. So I was great checking the chat. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens on this restart here. As we actually get the race kicked off, pretty deep now into our race. Trying to think, we probably had 10-minute qualifying, so I'm not sure if they're going to delay the competition caution or not. But at this point, we're running out of laps here. We've already burned off quite a bit of time, so have to be thinking, they have to be considering not doing that competition caution. I don't have a line to the admins, but if they were, I mean, that would be, either, the original 15-minute time would have been probably like 5 to 10 minutes, or they're going to, delay it and you end up with it further into the race, which is going to mess up some strategies at the end. So, don't know what the admins are going to choose to do there, but I'm excited to see what happens. And I don't think we have any admins watching. I think they are probably all in the race, so nobody that can answer that for me. But we'll see here shortly. See if they throw that competition caution at the 15-minute mark. So we're getting close here, folks. I promise. We are coming around one of the final turns, and then we'll be able to get this thing green flag. And I'm going to switch over here to our blimp view. With this presumably being the start of the race, want to see what these guys are doing, and I'm going to guess they are actually not going to go double file start here because they should have lined up by now. So I'm guessing they're going to do a single file start for the race, and you should see the pace car peel off here, and it does. And we'll get started with our race with a very inconveniently placed tree. They are off. Here we are starting our race. Blake Gordon, gets a jump there. It's not a huge jump, but he is able to pull away from Dan Shirley. Oh, we've got someone in the grass back here. Not sure who that was. Looks like it was perhaps Justin Rodden down in the grass there. So. Tough start for him, down 14 positions now. We'll have to see if he can rebound because, he very apparently had speed based on what we saw earlier. But, man, we've already got some big movers. We've got Ross Gage up 9 positions. John Gordon is up 8. Lots of guys racy right now, and it could be, realizing potentially that a competition caution is coming, trying to get what they can now before that comes out. And now that I'm looking at it, big incident there. Randy Pepper was involved in that. That's a corner that can cause some big trouble if you get spun around there. When I've raced here, it was by far my worst corner, but we got guys all over the place right now. John Gordon having some issues there going off track. Looks like he's been racing at Darlington with that stripe on the side of his truck, but. I did realize, that, at that initial jump start, we had some positions, or standing start, I should say, we had some positions change. So, unfortunately, some guys lost some positions due to that. Some gained some positions. That's how it works out sometimes. But one guy I want to focus on right now, Adam Wood, currently up 10 spots, running the 7th. Didn't have a great qualifying effort, but got into the race and able to take advantage. And then also take a look here at Ross Gage, up 11 spots right now, running in 13th. You know, I've actually raced with Ross on this track before in our Winter Series. You know, I'm not going to say he's not a bad road course racer. You know, as we can see right now, he's running 13th. Could have himself a really good finish here. As we see Johnny Downey went around there. So let's cut back to our leader here. Take a look here at Blake Gordon, and we'll actually switch to our blimp view here. That's an awful time to switch to the blimp view. We'll go back to our TV cameras. You know, Blake has a gap on Dan Shirley right now, but he is not pulling away. This could be a little bit of tire management here. You know, there's no reason to push any harder than you need to. You know, might as well try to conserve those tires a little bit. I mean, he did have the fastest lap time on the track. And, take a look here. Let's see if we can pull up those sectors for you here. You know, Dan Shirley has been a little bit faster past few sectors here, if that's correct. You know, Dan's making up a little bit of ground right now. You know, we could have us a race here. You know, Dan is certainly keeping you know, him in sight right now. So you know, this is something, to be honest, we're not necessarily used to seeing. It's Blake Gordon kind of pulling away, especially in road courses. But we know that Dan Shirley is a terrific road course racer, and it looks like he might have something for Blake Gordon tonight. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Let's go take a look at Josh Laston here, who is running in 9th right now. Is up 6 positions. Still has my face in the back of his truck, which is unfortunate. Yeah, you know, Josh. Oh, we're gonna say that was a broadcaster's curse right there. Yeah, that's not good, Josh. He's a very good road course racer, but he has told me before he is not a fan of this track at all. So yeah, let's see if we can find a battle here somewhere. How about Joe Dinsmore making the pass on Ross Gage here? That's a good clean pass, and Ross gave him plenty of room. Good move there by Joe. Down 4 positions currently, but running in 12th, trying to work his way back to the field. Let's see what else we got going on here out here on track. Just behind them looks like Derek Schilling, you know, thinking about making a move. Derek Schilling was gaining a little bit there, but he's losing a little bit of Ross Gage right now. But he's right there as well. So we'll see if Derek Schilling can make a move. But you know, I want to cut back up here to our leaders, and Dan Shirley. There's a little bit of a gap starting to form now. Take a look here at the cockpit view and see what these guys are dealing with as they're going around. And he's got Blake right there, but you know, Blake's just so good at these things. And as a fellow driver, I know it's frustrating when Blake just comes out and he makes it look easy. You know, Blake makes mistakes too, so you know, I'm sure Daniel Shirley is aware of that and is trying to get everything he can here. You just want to keep him in sight here. You don't want to lose sight of him, because if you can keep him in sight, then you know, that can you know, make him feel a bit of pressure. He can't get too comfortable because you're right there with him. And then let's take a look at Blake Ziti right behind. This is Blake Gordon's teammate, the Pasta Man. He's currently gaining on Dan Shirley. So he has a fast truck tonight. I've seen before Blake Ziti is very good at road courses. He's run well in almost every one we've done in the TNT series. So expecting, you know, Blake Ziti could be a contender here. And speaking of road course racers, I want to talk about Gary Winters here. Another guy I've raced on a lot of road courses with in the TNT series. In the TNT series, I guess first season of this year. He actually won that race. That was a little bit of a strategy gamble where he stayed out and Josh Laston pitted. So, but really at every road course I've been at, he's been right there. So very good road course racer. Currently running 6th here for Gary Winters. Take a look at this pack right here. A few guys here racing. We see William Klingbeil, Brandon Bernhardt just in front of him in the 70. And then right back there, we got Joe Dinsmore and Josh Laston duking it out. Joe, I said duking it out, but it looks like the fight's over. Joe gets around Josh Laston there, makes a pass, now running in 10th. Looks like he has his sights set on the guys in front. So Joe Dinsmore moving through the field. And let's take a look at Timothy St. Jean here, running in 15th, up 7 spots. You know, this is a guy just won the TNT championship. He is, you know, typically going to be one of your drivers who's not going to be very flashy, not going to need a lot of laps or anything like that. But he'll get good finishes, and I would not be surprised at all, currently running in 15th, to see him eke out a top 10 before all this is said and done. Here, let's take a look at Kevin Haas here, trying to make a move here on Johnny Downey, who has some rear end damage. And actually, I say that he's trying to make a move on Johnny Downey. Johnny may have made the move on him because Johnny is pulling away now. When I first switched over, it was about a 0.3 of a second lead. Now over a second. See, oh, Timothy St. Jean goes in the grass after I say how consistent it was. Sorry about that, buddy. So Timothy St. Jean will drop to 19th. And, you know, I was talking about Blake Z making up some ground on Dan Shirley, and here he comes. He is right on his bumper. He is right there, ready to pounce. So let's actually switch to Blake Z's in-car here and take a look, see what he's seeing. And we'll see if he might try to outbreak him in this first corner here. No, he's just going to stay in line. You know, probably too far back to even think about attempting to do that. So looks like he's just going to sort of bide his time, wait for the opportunity, and that's really what you have to do at a course like this. Oh, really big run there he got, kind of cutting that corner. Blake Seedy's looking really strong right now. I think he might be able to complete this pass, but we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what he can do here. And you know, again, Dan Shirley, you know, such a good road course racer, could be, you know, sort of pacing himself, conserving, because even Blake Z can get there. It doesn't necessarily mean you can pass. So, you know, no reason to burn your stuff up trying to hold someone off. And we see now Dan Shirley's actually pulled away by quite a bit. So we'll actually, let's drop back here to John Gordon. Looks like currently our closest battle on track, as he's trying to make a move here on Andrew Burgess. That gap is holding pretty steady right now, either shrinking or growing. Actually, John just shaved off a little bit of time there, so John trying to make this pass on Andrew Burgess. And, oh, yep. Oh! Just overdid it a little bit. Got those back wheels locked up a little bit. Got a little swirly on him, but he held it. So John is definitely he's antsy right now. He wants to get around. He runs the grass a little bit there. So John unable to complete that pass right now, but let's see if he can do anything later. Gary Winters has fallen back to 12th, and we've got our caution out. Competition caution. I'm not sure when that came out. May have been out for a little bit. I wasn't looking at the screen, so our competition caution is out now. We'll have to see if anybody pits here. I have to. If I were out there, I would certainly do it because it's a free opportunity here. Why not? You know, get some fresh tires. You want to look at lap times here. I mean, lap times have fallen off in a pretty major way, assuming that this wasn't due to the caution, which I don't think it was. So I believe those were still green flag laps. So, I would certainly come in for tires. Especially if you're near the back of the field, come in, see what happens. Try to make up some ground. So, and I see Justin Anderson said you're doing a great job calling the race, Carl. I appreciate that, Justin. Wish you were out here, man. Enjoy seeing your race, and yeah, it's been a tricky race to call because these you typically don't have full course cautions at road courses. But because of the competition caution and also the stuff that happened at the beginning of the race, I had to find things to talk about. It's a very long track, so we still got a long ways to go around before they even get the opportunity to pit. So we'll leave it there for now. And how about we kick it over to a word from the league, AOLL.
The AOLL Racing League began racing in the early 90s with Papyrus's NASCAR Racing and has grown over the decades, now racing on the iRacing platform. The AOLL has 3 divisions: the TNT Series Developmental Division for our beginners and those getting back into racing, the Cup Series for our veterans and Class A licensed drivers, the Sportsman Division racing the Gander outdoor trucks with drivers from the TNT and Cup Series. You can catch all of the AOLL action here on Ghostfire Media.
All right, and we are back. We need to get some longer commercials. That was very short. So we're still waiting here. We're kind of in a waiting game to see what they're going to do here. See what our pit strategy call is going to be. Whether we're staying out, whether we're coming in and taking tires. This, of course, being a road course, is not somewhere you're going to come in and take 2 tires or anything like that, because we do right and left-hand turns here. So if you're coming in, you're taking 4 tires, or you're not coming in, I would imagine. I believe they should be able to make it on fuel, and I don't think fuel's a concern here. So we'll have to wait and see if these guys are going to come in, and we're getting close to that point. We're going around. Let's try the track map one more time. I don't think it'll work, but we're gonna give it a shot. Nope, it is not coming up for some reason. So no track map for us tonight. Should be qualifying, not here for some reason. So we'll see, and it looks like Blake Gordon, our leader, is thinking about pitting, and he comes. Dan Shirley kind of toys around with not coming, and he follows suit. Let's keep an eye out through the field here. It looks like everyone's going to come down now. I think that's a smart move. Yeah, you got everybody coming down. So let's see who can win the battle off pit road. We'll have a pit lane 2 camera here, so we'll just switch to Blake Gordon here. We'll do our blimp view. Yeah, there we go. We'll take a look at the blimp view and see if anybody can beat Blake Gordon here. He's someone that always maximizes his time, or should say minimizes his time on pit road. Usually gets a good clean stop. So yeah, Blake's gonna win. Blake Gordon's gonna win this one easily, no problem. We got him jumping off here and. A little bit of a backup there, but a little tight there, but they get out. I believe that was Justin Rodden there, who that concrete barrier snuck up on him a lot quicker than he thought it would. So Blake Gordon still our leader, followed by Dan Shirley, Greg Wellen in 3rd. Blake Ziti in 4th, and Sean Carmody in 5th. So that is that's 3 of the top 5 are Endeavor Racing. The other two are Steel Horse. So as we've seen many times this season, kind of a battle here between Endeavor Racing and Steel Horse Racing. Just outside the top 5, we got Adam Wood in 6th, Brandon Bernhardt in 7th, William Cleanbill in 8th, Joe Dinsmore in 9th, and Brian McFerrin in 10th. And I do want to once again bring up Ross Gage here. He is having an absolutely incredible night right now. Currently running in 11th. He's 13 spots up from the start of the race. And Josh Laston, when you watch this, I just want to point out, Ross Gage is currently beating you at Road America. So, but this is a great run for Ross. He has been seemingly staying out of trouble here and running a solid race. So good for Ross. Good run for you here so far. And trying to see if we've got any other people here I want to call out. Well, let's take a look at Andrew Burgess here. Currently up 7 spots, running 19th. I think he was one of the guys that didn't qualify. Currently a good run for Andrew Burgess. Really a good run for the field overall. That competition caution, certainly helped the group field back up. But we only have 4 guys right now that are not on the lead lap, and I believe all 4 of them are out of the race. So everyone that is currently in the race is currently on the lead lap. So the lights on our pace car are still on. So we'll have one more lap after this, I believe, and then we'll get flag racing again. I'm going to go ahead and put out a call to the audience right now. Anyone watching, if you have any questions or comments you'd like me to talk about, go ahead and shoot them at me. We'll chat about them as long as they are family friendly, and give us something else to talk about here as we're waiting for the green flag to come out for the pace car to pull off. I have to think that, again, I've said this many times this season, Blake Gordon has to be the favorite here. I mean, he has shown no signs of anyone really being able to compete with him tonight. But we're going to have a longer run after this competition caution. I think. Trying to figure out how much time we actually have left. We'll have to. I can't imagine we have that much time left, but yeah. So we'll see what happens here. I don't think that this will show me a timer since we are currently under caution. Let's actually take a look at our tower here and see if that shows. A little bug there, but we have currently showing 14 minutes to go. So I was saying that it was gonna be a longer run, but it's gonna be about the same length as our first run. Really unfortunate what happened there at the start with that caution, which sort of shortened our entire race here. Lights on the pace car are off here. We'll be going green flag racing soon, relatively soon. Still gonna be a little while. We're just now getting there. Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm looking through here at best lap times, see who's been competitive. I'm just got an alert here that Nick Adams crashed. Well, I have to look at that. Doesn't look like he crashed. Oh no! Nick, you hit Randy. You're not supposed to hit Randy. He's your broadcasting partner. Oh, I bet that's gonna be lively post race. Go back live here. And hey, Nick, I'll just say, that was under caution. At least Randy isn't your teammate. That's a running joke Nick and I have that he tends to hit his teammates with a caution. So sorry about that, Nick. So I'm gonna take a look here at the best lap times right now on the track. You know, so far in the race. You know, Blake Gordon's sitting here with a 2:17.26. Dan Shirley's best lap time is 2:17.91. So that seems like a pretty big gap. Until you realize that the next fastest lap time after that's about a second slower. So those guys seem to be the class of the field right now. But once again, Blake Gordon just kind of rising to the top there. So we'll man, we'll see if he can do anything here. You know, Dan Shirley, that is. See if he'll be able to put some pressure on Blake on this restart. You know, Blake's not the kind of guy that is typically going to choke under pressure or anything like that, but you put enough pressure on somebody and, you know, anyone can sort of run into issues. So if I'm Dan Shirley, my objective here is to be right on his bumper the entire time, make him feel like if he makes a mistake, he is going to lose this race. And you see these guys, so they checked up a little bit and caused them to fan out a little bit as the pace car is off, and we'll be going green flag here. As Blake Gordon gets to choose when the restart happens, he is off. And you know, Blake gets a good restart. I wouldn't say a great restart, but Dan Shirley can't think about Blake too much. He's just impressed with Greg Welland, who's thinking about making the move, holds back on it. He was not close enough there to make that move, so wisely holds back. But you know, this is kind of what, you know, Dan Shirley didn't want to see. He's going to have to be looking in his mirror, thinking about, like, you know, how do I keep this guy from getting around me? Of course, I say that as he gets a huge run off that corner and is able to gap Greg Welland now and put his focus back on the leader, Blake Gordon. Let's go a little bit further back in the field here. How about we go with Ross Gage again? Ross here making a move on Brian McFerrin. Nope, not going to quite make that stick. Just, you know, if you're, Brandon Bernhardt goes around. And a whole bunch of guys checking up there because of that. Yep. There's a lot happening there. Oh, a whole bunch of guys caught up in that. Let's take another look at that and see what happened. So we see Brandon Bernhardt here. So it looks like we got someone going really slow. Oh, nope, yep, just 70, got on his brakes. Maybe he had the brake bias back a little too far, and everybody started. Oh, Josh Laston checks up, try to avoid it, and everybody, a whole bunch of people got through that cleanly, but a few guys definitely got caught up in it. But of course, being a road course, we are still green. Taking a look at our leaders here. Blake Gordon leading Dan Shirley by about quarters of a second. You know, Blake gets a little bit loose there. Not bad, you know. It's okay to get a little loose there. Just pushing your truck as hard as you can. But Dan Shirley was able to gain a little bit of time on that. Got the better corner exit. Slowly narrowing that gap. And I mean slowly. I mean, we're talking about just fractions of a second, but he is getting there. But that loses a lot of it in that corner there. So let's go back to Derek Schilling here. He's trying to race with Ross Gage, but he's got some pressure from Justin Rodden right behind him. Got a good battle forming right there. As Justin Rodden looks to be trying to find a place to pass Derek Schilling. It's a little bit loose on corner exit there. Really good battle right here. Probably our best battle on the track right now. I'm actually gonna, let's stay with this one. I was gonna come back, but that gap got bigger. So see if Justin Rodden will be able to do this. This is a again, like I mentioned earlier, it's a tough track to pass on, so you really got to be hoping for a mistake. Let's actually cut back to Justin's in-car view here, and take a look, see what he's trying to do here. And you can see there, he definitely seems getting into the corner hotter than Derek Schilling, but isn't able to make it, do anything with it because he's checking up. Oh, Ross Gage goes into the gravel. That's not great for Ross, who has been running really great all night. Lost a lot of positions there. Still running at 15th. Still a good night for Ross. So see what he can do for the remainder of the night. So now we have Derek Schilling. Justin Rodden made the pass on Derek Schilling, and then got around several others. So I don't know. Let's see if I can find the replay for that, because I don't know how that exactly happened. Oh no! We saw Ed Springer go off the track there a little bit, and that caused a hold kerfuffle. That's the 77 of Andrew Burgess there. And something really fun here. I'm watching as people are completing these laps. Blake Gordon just set the fastest lap time of the race. But then right behind him, Dan Shirley, Blake Zeedy, Greg Welland, Joe Dinsmore, Sean Carmody all set their personal fastest lap time for the race. So they're going. These guys are going. Trying to get what they can here. Let's actually take a look back here. The leaders again. Blake Gordon now out to about a 2-second lead, and not having to worry about tires much. I mean, again, this is a short run. We've got about 6 minutes remaining. So this is exactly what someone like Blake Gordon, who has been criticized perhaps unfairly at times for not having great speed on a longer run. But there's no one that can dispute Blake Gordon's short run speed. And I mean, so this is perfect for him. He's able to go out, set some fast laps, and not worry about tire wear. I mean, you go on a 15-minute run. 15 minutes. I think most people probably run a track, really fast in that short of a time frame. I see it happen all the time in practice, and then it just doesn't translate to the race. We have a question here from Ryan Cliver. Asks, do they run stages? We do not run stages in this series, and actually don't run stages in any of the AOLL series. This is the first time a competition caution has been experimented with, and I think a lot of that's just due to the fact that the road courses tend to get a little spread out, and not a lot of action going on. The competition cautions will be in effect at all road courses in the TNT series this upcoming season, which starts Thursday, and we're kind of I think kind of as a test bed, but this is our first test run with any sort of kind of sand caution. So yeah, just once again, to answer your question, no stages in AOLL. So let's go back here to Derek Schilling again, who's got some pressure. Actually, sorry, that is actually Derek Schilling passing Ed Springer. My name's mixed up there. Just a good, clean move there. Had speed on the straightaway, and just made an easy pass. Those are the kind of passes you want right there. You don't have to worry about outbraking someone in a corner. You just go around them. I like those. It's actually about the only kind of pass I can make at a road course. So, Blake Zeedy has said he was dropping pretty quickly. Not sure what happened there. He's got some pressure from his teammate Sean Carmody right there. Joe Dinsmore did get around him as well, so Joe Dinsmore running in fourth. And Joe's running some decent lap times, not as fast as his teammates of Dan Shirley actually he's a little bit faster this last lap than his teammate Greg Welland, but not as fast as Dan Shirley. It's actually saying Blake Zeedy crashed, so let's just, it couldn't have been that bad of a crash. Let's take a quick look at it and see what happened. Blake just, oh, yep, just gets a little too hot into the corner, and, oh. But uneventful there overall. You know, good job to everyone keeping that clean. Go back live here. As our time is winding down, we have about 2.5 minutes left. That's, you know, depending on when the white flag comes out, that should put us about 2 laps remaining, I think. We'll have to see exactly how it plays out. Maybe 3 laps since he just, can't tell what the flagman was waving there. It hasn't come white flag here, so I am assuming we still have 1 more before the white, but I could be wrong. But this has been Blake Gordon's night, man. He you know, qualified first and has just not given up the lead. Just an incredible run for him tonight. Cut back here once again to his teammates. Blake Ziti, Sean Carmody, racing each other. Oh! A little bit of teammate incident right there. I gotta warn you guys, that's the kind of stuff that closed circuit racing does. Wrecking teammates. Not that that was, you know, an outright wreck. That was clean right there. It seemed to me, but you guys gotta be careful about that because closed circuit, we're known for that. So, and due to that, you know, Sean falls back from his teammate quite a bit, and now has some pressure from Adam Wood, who is running in 7th, up 10 spots from the start of the race. Take a look here, see if Dan Shirley still has a decent gap between him and Greg Wellen. Yeah, he's still got a pretty sizable gap there. So, field kind of spread out a little bit here. And not a whole lot of racing right now. I think a lot of guys are just trying to salvage what they can and bring it on home. Josh Laston here, trying to gain a little bit here on Kevin Haas. Rough night for Josh Laston, running 17th currently. Certainly not what I was expecting from someone who runs so well for courses typically. Oh! I should stop putting the camera on Josh. It's like he knows. Take a look at our blimp view here. And we're coming down the front stretch. I believe we are about to get the white flag. Oh, that's checkered flag. I never got a white flag notification. Checkered flag is out. Blake Gordon is going to win this race. So Blake Gordon finishes first. Shouldn't be a surprise there based on how dominating he was in this race. Once again, great run for Blake Gordon. Goes off in the grass there a little bit. And that'll bring Dan Shirley in 2nd. Waiting on guys here to try to see the whole field. Going to wait for the whole field to finish so that I can pull up our results. Andrew Burgess, Nick Adams right behind him. Ready to cross the start-finish line here. Oh, Nick's trying to take the position. Is he going to get it? He did not. Oh. Nick, our winner from last week at Talladega, trying to take over 13th there, but just not quite enough. Andrew Burgess will finish 13th. So let's take a look at our results here. Oh, nope, it will not let me bring up the results yet until the race is over. So, I guess until we still got 2 guys that are finishing up things. So, I'll go ahead and start reading them off. In first, we have Blake Gordon. 2nd, Dan Shirley. And now it should be ready. Let's take a look. All right, well, that's just not going to work. I apologize for that. Not sure why our results aren't showing. Nope, that's not going to show. Oh, there it goes. All right, here we go. Nope, that's qualifying results. Yep, all right, so we get the results. We'll read them off. Blake Gordon in 1st, Dan Shirley in 2nd, Joe Dinsmore 3rd, Greg Wellen in fourth, Sean Carmody in fifth, Adam Wood in sixth, William Cleanville in seventh, Brian McFerrin in eighth, Justin Rodden in ninth, and Blake Zede in 10th. And I'll read the rest of them off in a little bit, but I'm going to talk to our race winner here. Let's bring in Blake Gordon. Hey Blake, it's Carl in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going tonight?
Hey man, you coming into this race that you would have to be a favorite. You went out there and just dominated. You're the only person that set a lap time in the 2:16s. How did you feel about tonight, man? Did you know that you were going to dominate like you did?
No, not really. I know I'm fast at the road courses. I know you got Dan Shirley, who's pretty fast at him. Justin Anderson will show up and be fast. But yeah, I knew I had a pretty good shot at tonight. It was a weird race though, just with the standing start and then the immediate yellow, and then we were planning on the comp caution at the 15-minute mark, so we pushed it back 10 minutes. So like the race really kind of, to me, went by like in a flash. Like it was really over almost as soon as it started. It was a little weird tonight, so that's why I don't really know what to say. It was just kind of like, I don't know, it was just funky.
Well, I will tell you who that race did not go by in a flash for, and that was me, because talking during those cautions was absolutely grueling. But speaking of that first caution, I kind of assumed that's what had happened. There was it was set as a standing start. People weren't expecting it. And I'm assuming you guys threw the caution for that reason. Is that correct?
Yeah, there was quite a bit of a mess, I guess, with the standing start and then into turn one. So we threw the yellow, let everyone get reset, but then I guess double file restarts weren't enabled, so we couldn't even do those. So yeah, that's why the first yellow came out, was just to kind of get reset and actually have a proper rolling start.
So when that competition caution came out, I had a feeling that we'd see just about, if not everybody, pit. But we saw you kind of, you kind of win. You played a little, acted like you weren't going to. Was there did it cross your mind staying out, or were you planning on coming in the whole time?
Oh no, I was always gonna pit. I wasn't even like trying to fake like I wasn't. You were gonna have fuel. You're using over a gallon a lap, so you had to pit there at least for gas. The only question was tires. If you were gonna take tires there, maybe gain a couple spots and leapfrog, but the tire wear here is pretty substantial. And qualifying, if you didn't get your fast lap down the first time, like the second lap was almost not even going to be worth it. But yeah, no, I was always going to pit, always going to take tires. The question is if we had if we didn't have the mess at the start and we had the comp caution at 15, we would have had a green flag set of pit stops. And the question there was, do we take tires or not? So that was a big part of our strategy talk before the race with the team, but unfortunately we never really got that far to see how that would play out. So
yeah, I'll be honest. I actually said during the broadcast, I thought you guys would be good on fuel. These huge tracks always confuse the hell out of me. But a great run for you. Once again, this should you were already in the lead in points, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so should help you out quite a bit more. And next week we got Bristol Dirt. How you feeling about Bristol Dirt and trucks?
Should be fun. I actually haven't done a dirt race in the truck yet. Bristol Dirt in the Cup Series went pretty well. Not a dirt guy, but I like driving cars that are pretty loose and kind of, with the ass hanging out. So it kind of translated pretty well to Bristol Dirt earlier this year for the Cup Series. So hoping for another good race next week. And I hope we actually have a good turnout. I know a lot of guys skip the dirt race, but we had a huge turnout tonight. I think 27 trucks for a road course, which is phenomenal. So hopefully we get that many next week for Bristol Dirt, because honestly it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see it as well. So we'll be here covering it again next week. And Blake, once again, congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Hey, Carl, have a good night. Thanks again for the broadcast.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, let's bring in second place Dan Shirley here. Hey, Daniel, it's Carl in the booth. Get a copy?
I do. How's it going?
Good, man. I mean, man, what a wild race with the start, the way it played out. We saw that you and Blake were by far the two fastest guys on the track. How do you feel about finishing second?
Yeah, it was a pretty good run. Had a few weeks off there, so jumping back in, be able to run top two is good. Always following up Blake, because Blake's obviously pretty fast, and I knew he had me on pace, and he was just getting better drive off from a lot of those low speed corners. So really, the game plan was just to stay in his mirror, maybe force a mistake, take some attention away from the front of his car. But no, I don't think he really made any major mistakes at all that I saw. So fair play to him. Good run. I was just really happy to keep it on the tarmac and point it in the right direction. It's always the primary goal of the road courses.
Yeah, I think I saw like there was one time I was focusing on you guys where exiting the final corner, he got a little bit loose and you gained a little bit, and that was about the only mistake I saw out of him. But I mean, the same can be said about you. Just a really clean, mistake-free race. We saw that at Coda you ran really well also, and unfortunately made a mistake there at the very end. But I wanted to ask you, it seemed like, tonight the battle was between Endeavor and Steel Horse Racing. And at times we had, I think most of the race we had the top five filled up with you guys. Do you think that that's a battle we're going to continue to see? I mean, we got guys like Sean Carmody for Endeavor, Greg Welland for Steel Horse that have kind of shown up and they're starting to deliver. Is this going to be kind of the battle of two teams that we're going to kind of see for a little while here?
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes down to them both being pretty large programs. So you got a lot of drivers coming through, especially at this level here, where you've got people coming up from the TNT and stopping here before they head on to Cup. So you start to see a lot of mix of a lot of volatility, I guess. Unlike just the same week having the same top seven or something like that. So it's great. It keeps everybody on their toes. Definitely keeps me from getting too comfortable. I know that. You start seeing new names running around you in the top five. It's definitely a good thing. It's a good thing for the league. It's a good thing for the competition. So I would definitely enjoy it. And I think you're right, though. I think it will become quite the battle once we get down to the business end of the season.
So next week Bristol Dirt, you can be able to race for that one, or are you gonna be taking the week off?
No, I will. I'll saddle up and get out there and see what happens. I do have some experience on dirt in the actual vehicles made for it, the late models and such, but haven't done one in the trucks yet. So it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. And we could see a new, some new names up in the podium, definitely, because anytime you go to these, non-typical events, it definitely opens up opportunities for people.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you know this, but in the Cup Series, Larry Patrick finished third at Bristol Dirt, so that's something he's very proud of.
Really? Yeah. Oh man, yeah. It's too bad he's not here to pile on that track padding. But no, I missed the Cup event there, so I'm very interested to see how it plays out for us.
All right. Well, hey, as always, pleasure talking with you, Dan, and we'll see you next week when you're. Actually, we'll see you Sunday, I presume. Or sorry, no, we're off Sunday, so we'll see you next week for the trucks.
Yep, it'll be next week at Bristol. So hey, good talking to you, and hopefully talk to you again soon.
Yep. Thank you. All right, and that was Dan Shirley there. So that will wrap us up tonight. Just want to give you guys reminders of what we got going on here on the Ghostfire Media Network. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, we have the AOLL TNT Series, the start of the third season in 2022. We'll be racing at Daytona. Going to be presumably a larger field that we've opened up the entry to some of the guys that run in Cups. So you're going to see some new faces. Should be a lot of fun. Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we have the Ghostfire Media Podcast, where me and the other guys will talk about what's happened in the week and have a few drinks while we do it. As I mentioned just now, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, is typically when we do our Cup race, but we are off this week. So no Cup race this week. or I should say no AOLL Cup race this week. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we have the IVRL at Atlanta. And then 1 week from today, Wednesday, 8 p.m., we have the AOLL Sportsman Series at Bristol Dirt. We hope you'll tune in and watch. So long. Thank you, everyone, for watching.